Hey, we're again with Legacy FC. I'm here with Stephen Ocho Peterson. Doesn't really need an introduction because every time you see a Legacy event, he's going to be on it. He is fighting for the bantamweight title against Manny Vasquez this Friday, Bomb Factory, 9 o'clock, AXS TV, so you don't want to miss this. This is definitely be some fireworks. So I appreciate you taking the time. Yeah, you and I go back a long way. My first fight, getting to cover XKO with Alex Russ, and I think we talked a lot about your progression, but like from that point, I think he's grown up on the Legacy AXS TV airwaves. You went from ultimate like a fighter, a guy that just likes to fight, and now more of a mixed martial artist. You can see yourself like painting a picture. Like the fight is just goes kind of how you wanted it. So how are you feeling as a fighter right going into this fight?
I feel like I've evolved immensely. Ever since moving to Octagon MMA, we've just been putting my craft together, and I'm no longer just a brawler type fighter. I go in there with a game plan. Still aggressive, still out to finish the fight as soon as possible, but I kind of know how I'm going to break my opponent down over however many rounds we planned it out, and it's gone exactly the way we planned it. I'm on a fight win streak. The 4 fights before that, we planned on exactly how we were going to break the guys down, and we did it. And then my last fight, I knew Irwin was going to be really explosive. I knew he was going to be hard to finish. So I planned on going through a war that fight, and we went through a war, and I just stuck to the game plan, just kept grinding, and eventually he started to fade, and I pulled out the win.
Yeah, it was a tough fight, but definitely a great win. So after the fight, you talked a little bit about what happened in your life and where you had come from. You had a solid career leading up to the George fight, and then everybody knows that now a teammate of yours, George, he had the knockout loss there, but then after that it's just like a complete transformation, man. Like you're talking, you dismantled Salas. You talk about Machado. You took him out pretty easily. No disrespect to Machado if you're watching this.
Machado's doing really well. Since that loss,
definitely. And then you just talked a little bit about the Rivera fight. So like just being with Coach Safe, it's more about maybe like a mental thing, or do you think it's just more about just becoming who you are now?
I've always been like a mental type fighter. Like my mind's my strongest weapon, and I never say quit, never say die. I go in there, I'd rather die than take a loss. So with that mentality, and then but I left a lot of openings in the past, and Coach Safe, fighting George and fighting Hobar in the rematch, he was able to exploit those openings and take advantage. And now since coming here, we've worked on all the holes. The holes in my striking, we've closed it up. My striking's much tighter. My whole ground game, my wrestling, everything's just come full circle, and we kind of just filled in all those holes. And now you're seeing a prime fighter, a world champion level fighter.
I gotcha. So Manny Vasquez, they're going to be going for the bantamweight title. Manny has the belt now. Currently you're still the XKO bantamweight champ, so you're looking to get to add a belt. This is especially Legacy.
Yeah, I think of XKO as like a local league, like Texas. Fighters from Texas come there, and I'm ranked number 1 in Texas at 135 and 145. Now it's the world circuit. I'm trying to be ranked number 1 in the world. Obviously the UFC, you got to get to the UFC to do that, but they got me ranked, I think, number 1 in the Southwest at 135. So outside of the UFC, and he's ranked number 1 in the Southeast, I believe. So once I beat him, I feel like I'll be number 1 in the United States outside of the UFC, and it'll be time for that call.
And we talked a little bit about Ramos and his or not Ramos, but his opponent Ramos, where he took the title from. Did you obviously it was a short fight, so it's not like you could see a lot about him. But what do you know about him? What did you see in that fight, and how do you see this fight going?
Well, Ramos was a really high level fighter. Great striking, great jiu-jitsu. A lot of people were dodging him, were scared to fight him, and Manny went in there and took the opportunity. And then what I saw from Ramos was he looked like a deer in the headlights. Like he thought he was just gonna stand in the cage, and Manny was going to fall right in front of him. And that's not, you know, you can fight an amateur, and you know, they can come out, and they're going to come out to fight. You know, Manny came to fight, and you know, he got the job done, and Ramos kind of choked in that fight. So you know, you're not going to see that from me. It's going to be a whole different story. You're in for a war.
Definitely. So your second, this is going to be your second main event. Is it just, I guess you just got like accustomed to this now?
It's my second legacy main
legacy, but yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're right.
Last time I fought, they said it was my first main event. And
that's true, because the XKOs.
Yeah, I've had you know, multiple main events.
So it's nothing new to you. It's just like something.
I believe it's my fourth or fifth title fight. So you know, this is all, you know, I'm made for a 5-round fight. Like a 3-round fight, I feel like I run out of time. I'm a cardio machine. You know, I'm a grinder. I go in there and I fight. You know, fight to finish. I don't care about the clock. I'm trying to finish you as soon as possible, and I don't wait out the clock. Like I'm not like, oh, you know, the fight's almost over, thank God. It's no, I'm trying to finish you till the very last bell. So that a 5-round fight favors me, because I get 5 rounds to, no matter how long it takes, I'm gonna keep in your face. I'm gonna grind you until you finally break. And you know, after rounds 3, usually guys, you know, their mental starts fading, and you know, like with Salas, you know, I picked him apart in rounds 1, 2, and 3, and then round 4 it was like time to finish you, and I put him away early in the 4th, and I see this fight going a lot like that one.
Okay, and then so if you see his shirt here, he's got a lot of awesome shirts. So just talk a little bit about your shirt.
This is my Man of Steel shirt. I did this one with War Tribe. I've done a few different collaborations with different sponsors of mine. Boneface, we've done a couple, and then I'm also starting my own line, Fight Fit Lifestyle. You can go to fightfitlifestyle.com. The front page is me and my career, and then you go to the Fight Fit Lifestyle page. We have all kinds of products, hats, shirts. We got Fight Fit Lifestyle hats. It's the logo right there.
Definitely pick up one of these.
Yeah, pick it up. It's only $25. Shirts, Fight Fit Lifestyle shirts. We got the Man of Steel shirt on there. We have the Boneface shirt. We have you know, all different kinds of designs, women's tanks, women's hats, anything you can think of. So, and if you got any recommendations, just hit the contact button and contact us and let us know what you want, and we'll do our best to make it happen.
Definitely. Stephen Ocho Peterson, main event against Manny Vasquez. It's going to be this Friday at AXS TV, 9 o'clock. If you can't make it out to the Bomb Factory, so you don't want to miss it.